Welcome to the start of a new podcast focusing on hockey and specifically the hockey teams Winnipeg Jets and Vancouver Canucks. I will also be covering big news in the league and looking at the standings and predicting how teams will do at the end of the year. Alright, so starting off, we are going to talk about the Winnipeg Jet game versus Edmonton Oilers Outdoor Classic on Sunday, October 23rd. And moving up to Dallas and Winnipeg's loss and how the team performed. Now, I will be looking at the Canucks, but not as much. Winnipeg's going to be the main focus of this podcast, and this is going to be on iTunes, hopefully, and YouTube, for sure YouTube. But let's get into it. So, Winnipeg lost 3-0 or 3-0, depending on where you're from, to the Edmonton Oilers in their Heritage Classic game. Night before, the alumni game happened. Teemu Solani, sorry. Always get his name mixed up. Gretzky was out there. A few other great players, Mark Messier. But that doesn't really matter towards Winnipeg's progression or season, really. But the main thing here is the actual outdoor game that we seem to have just absolutely dropped the ball on. First period was really good. In fact, I think we had Edmonton kind of scrambling around a bit, but it was probably 60-40 to the Winnipeg Jets on that. We couldn't get a goal, and that seems to be the struggle in the last two games. We'll talk about that later when we talk about the Dallas game, but 3-0. First period, like I said, 60-40, but we couldn't get a goal or anything really happening towards the net. Second period, we had a power play, and about halfway through the period, Letestu gets a shorthanded goal. Byfuglien tries to keep the puck in the zone after kind of bobbling it. And bad play on him. Should have just backed off, let Letestu take the puck, not allow the breakaway, as Byfuglien stumbled and fell kind of when he tried keeping the puck in the zone. Letestu goes around with the puck, breakaway, doesn't move, and scores. If Byfuglien backed off, Morrissey was just a few feet away, so Winnipeg probably regained the puck there. So a mistake leading to a goal, okay, it's 1-0, that's fine. We'll get over it. Second goal comes less than 2 minutes after. Winnipeg had another power play. Nurse gets out the box. Kyle Connor had the puck in Edmonton zone. Didn't pay attention, didn't realize that the goalie was banging his stick on the ice. The penalty was ending, and shot the puck right at the defender who was rushing at him. Defender grabs the puck, and Sherman comes back, knowing that the guy came out the penalty box. 2-on-1, and Enstrom tries to defend. Doesn't block the pass. Darnell Nurse had a really good shot. Scores. That one was a bit more frustrating because it was another fast break. A 2-on-1 and a breakaway. 2 minutes apart versus Edmonton. You know that's kind of like the way they get their goals, on fast breaks, on stuff like that. So it was a bit more painful, and there was half a game left. So we had to do something. We had to do just anything. Ever since that point, I think we kind of struggled. But the first half of the game was really good. We played really well. Couldn't get any offense. We couldn't get a goal. Talbot played amazing, I must say. But other than that, we were missing a lot. Just a lot of chances. Third goal, Cassian. It was kind of really embarrassing. Another goal off turnover. Line A tries to do some creative move, deke around around, spin around. I don't even know what it was. Gave it away to Cassian, who is just above the circle. He absolutely bangs a shot. It was amazing. Top corner. I wouldn't blame the goalie there because the shot was amazing. I mean, the defense, it was really Lightning's fault. After his previous performance, getting a hat trick, 4-0 comeback win versus Toronto. I can't fault him. Well, actually, I can. But I can't fault him a lot. But really, it was just stupid. The move was dumb, useless. He was in his own zone. It wasn't even a good play. The play wasn't going anywhere. And Cassian just takes the puck, shoots it. Hellebuck. Can't blame him a lot because it was a top corner. Really nice shot. He goes down, I think, a bit early. But other than that, just dumb plays. Third period, Edmonton kind of held it. They played defensive. They did well defensively. Winnipeg could not get anything going. And that's that game, really. That's simple facts about it. Just got nothing working. Next game, actually, let me talk about something here. Because Winnipeg and their power play, we had 5 power play chances versus Edmonton. And we got no goals. It was 3-0. Our power play percent is 12.5. If you had watched Winnipeg's games, any of them, or all of them, if you're a Winnipeg Jets fan, then you know that we've been struggling to score on the power play this season and last season. It's been our worst area. I think we brought in a new assistant coach to help us out with that. 12.5, 8th last in the league. Same with our penalty kill, 8th last in the league, 72.7. Not horrible. We just we aren't giving up a lot of penalties as we did last year comparatively. So I just think teams against us are getting power play goals off of only a few power plays. Probably why it's so bad. Next up, well, for just a few games we have been struggling on the power play. The Jets versus Dallas, Tuesday, the 25th, I think. Dallas scores in first period, 1-0. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember what it was like, but all in all, it was a good goal by Dallas, I'd say. Let them have it. Moving on to the second period, though, I watched that whole thing, and Armia played amazing. Tanev played amazing. Give that man, the second line position, because he played absolutely out of his mind. And Armia as well. Come on, man. Come on. That was amazing. I believe he's a right winger, or he's a winger. I'm not sure which side, but man, I would love to see him play up on the second line while we have Stafford out. Stafford got injured in the first period, so he left the game after a while. And really, Winnipeg dominated, but Dallas got a power play goal. I don't even remember their goal. I forget completely what it was. Probably because I was so wrapped up in Winnipeg and how they were absolutely schooling Dallas. They kept the puck in their zone for minutes at a time, or a minute, and then Dallas got the puck, shot it down, icing. Dallas got the puck, shut it down so they could change. And then Winnipeg came back, stayed in their zone for another minute, and that was basically the second period. And Armia, it was just keep away. Armia just keeping the puck away every shift. Tanev, what really impressed me about him was he was just flying in on his own dump-ins, and he got them. Great just effort, really. Now, moving on, Armia scored at the end of that period due to the goalie coming out and giving it away. but he deserved it fully. Moving on to the third period, Dallas. Dallas scores 7 minutes into it. That really just drained Winnipeg. I think the Jets were tired. And if Winnipeg had held off from that, then we probably would have won the game. Shifley tied it, scored 10 seconds left in the third, power play goal. Didn't struggle as much on the power play in this game. 1 for 4. That's perfectly fine. 25%. If we go 1 for 5 on the power play throughout the season, we're good. That's all you need. And 10 seconds left. You can't really get a goal with 10 seconds remaining. And we kind of let off in the third period. I think a lot of players were tired. First line didn't really impress me too much. I really think for the first 6 games, our second, third line have been letting us down quite a bit. With Little out, though, after the first game, or second game, I forget which one, and Stafford out, 2 second line players, it's basically become our third line with Ehlers. So, unfortunate. And our face-off percentage hurts quite a bit with Little out. We are, I think, the worst team in the league right now, but we're at 45%, which is decent. But it's the worst in the league. But with Little out, I can't really blame the team. I mean, Shifley isn't the greatest at it, at face-offs. Pro, same. They're both around like 40%, maybe 50%. They're around that. And then Adam Lowry, I think he got 70% at the end of this Dallas game. So he did really well there, which probably helped us quite a bit on the offense. But we have 2 goals in the last 2 games. We need to change that. Our offense needs to show up. Puck drop is in 30 minutes for the Jets versus Dallas, Thursday, October 27th. And I want to see if we can do something offensively. We played super well in the last 2 games, but we just couldn't get anything going. And versus Dallas, our second period was the best second period we've ever had. We've let in 12 goals in the second period in 6 games. So it was our worst period by far, but we definitely did a lot better to limit and capitalize on our second period. Now, moving on to the Canucks. I live in Vancouver, but I'm not a big fan anymore. I watched the ends of the LA game. Canucks just always seem to battle back. That's why they're doing so well. Well, we're doing so well anyway. They're now 4-1-1, I believe. And every game they came back. But this season has been... Actually, that might be worse than that. They might be 4-2-1. I think they're 4-2-1. But in that LA game, Canucks came back from 3-0 down. Very good. Very good. Went to a shootout. Couldn't score. Lost. It looked like a very good game. I think Markstrom for them is playing amazing. I think any team with that goalie would be happy. Now, for their offense and their defense side, their offense is kind of like a 2-3 goals a game. So, with the Sedins and Horvat and Sutter and Eriksson, they got a pretty good top 6, but the bottom 6 doesn't look as strong at all. The top 6 is nice, but it could be better. There are a lot of good top 6s in the NHL. Let's look at Chicago, Dallas, Pittsburgh. I mean, they're stacked compared to like these teams, Canucks and Winnipeg, Arizona, for that matter. They're so bad this year. They have really good rookies, but don't seem to be able to string games. It could be their defense, but that's a whole nother topic. Canucks versus the Ducks. I didn't really watch this game, but I think I saw highlights, and well, Anaheim just really had them. Canucks couldn't find it back, really. I mean, they scored at the end of the first, shorthanded, but yeah, they let in a goal 33 seconds into the game. That didn't help at all. 18 seconds into the second period on a power play. The same power play from the end of the first, where Horvat scored. So 2-1 to Anaheim. Third period came around. Canucks scored 2-1, 2-2. So you're like, another comeback. No. Nick Ritchie scored 11 minutes into the third, and then Corey Perry, I think, empty netter. Was it an empty netter? I'm not sure. But he scored almost 19 minutes into that third period. So, end of the third, he scores 4-2 Anaheim. They take that and take that home with them, really. So, Canucks looked like they couldn't really get enough offense in that game. And then just yesterday versus the Senators, 3-0. I think they just really got outplayed in this game. Empty netter at the end, so it wasn't too bad, but I think they just really got outplayed. They got no offense, and Ottawa is a team that actually is going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. I don't think I picked them to make the playoffs, but they look so good right now. Canucks, just no offense there. You're 4-2-1 right now, and the dream of 4 wins in a row and all comeback wins, I believe, for Canucks fans. I mean, that was nice at the beginning, but a lot of people predicted them to be last. So that's just how it's probably going to be. But Markstrom, I think, is playing so good. And in my opinion, he should be their starter. He's younger than Miller. Miller's going to retire soon, probably. He's had years and years of just games under his belt. He's played for Team USA. Just really good career from him, and I think Markstrom should be that guy. Like Winnipeg right now, Hellebuck, Hutchinson, Pavlik's in the minors, maybe because Vegas expansion team, they want to protect him and keep Hellebuck. I believe Hutchinson's going to go there, but that's again another topic for the end of the year. But I think a lot of teams want to try out their younger goalies and just kind of protect their older ones and see how it goes. And maybe also showcase, kind of make their younger, worse goalies look better so that maybe the Vegas team will pick them. But, who knows? Other than that, not a lot going on. Anaheim seems to be coming back from their horrible start. Now in the playoff position, and Canucks, they could make the playoffs, but they need a bit more offense, I think. Realistically, 15 goals. That's a bit, I think it's the least amount of goals in the NHL, almost close. But I think both of these teams, Winnipeg and Vancouver, need to work on how many goals they get. If they can, I think they will definitely do better. Winnipeg should make the playoffs, but the Central Division is hard. Like, you got Dallas, you got Nashville, who's struggling right now. You got Chicago, who people say also is struggling. Right now, Minnesota's up against Buffalo 2-0. They're doing really well. Like, better than I predicted. I didn't even put them in the playoffs. I put Winnipeg in their place just because they got rid of Vanek, and I don't believe in the Dubnyk dream. But a lot of teams right now seem to be doing better than they are, but it's early in the season. We'll see what happens. Every year at the end of the season, like also Colorado, they're doing better than they should, in my opinion. Winnipeg plays them Friday, but puck drop 20 minutes away from Winnipeg, Dallas. I'll probably have another video coming Saturday talking about that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the first podcast. Hopefully, many more will come. See you guys.